Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K18. Right, so this one we have got Samoa Joe versus Dolph Ziggler, and this was suggested by Dub Nation Fan 30. So thank you very much for that one. Of course, I didn't even pay any attention to the arena. We've got Saturday Night Live. That's right. Of course, if you do want to see any of your matches on the channel, then please do drop them down in the comment section down below. I write them all down on a piece of paper, put them into a big hat, and of course, if yours gets pulled out and recorded, you will get a shout out in the process. So here we go. This should be an interesting one. It's my bloody... I said it again. I keep saying it. I'm trying not to say interesting because I keep saying it too many times in these videos, I think. This should be a not boring one. I don't know. Samoa Joe versus Dolph Ziggler. I feel like Joe on paper will be stronger in this one, but the resilience of Ziggler over the years would maybe indicate that he's got a good shot here. Of course, Joe, the current champion in our Adrenaline Universe mode. So if you've not seen any of that, then please do hop over and check it out. It's much more in-depth. I prefer this Universe mode now, to be honest. We're getting more involved. There's more stories involved. There's more... It's more immersive, I think, than what we've done previously, where we just put loads of random cards one after the other and hope for the best. So I think this is a bit better. And then once this one's finished, I have already written a fantastic Octane Universe mode for you to watch, which is going to be... I'm so hyped to get that Octane one up and running because it's such a cool universe that I've come up with. I've got some really good ideas for that. Really good. I've got some really good ideas for some of them, actually. Like, I think Carnage is going to be really... When we get around to Carnage, I've got some really good plans for Carnage. Some real good ideas for that one. I think all of them are going to be pretty good, to be honest. And I think this, just doing one at a time, just gives us the chance to really... really take advantage and just not rush too much. And I've got a bit more. You might have noticed I'm not uploading the universe mode as much as I was before, and that's because I'm trying my hardest to go for quality over quantity, which I think has always been my problem with this channel. I think I've always just tried to pump out as many videos as possible, and maybe it's not really been at the quality that really makes it worth doing. So that's what we're trying to do now with the universe modes. That's why they are probably coming up a bit shorter, or a bit slower than normal. So here we go then. Samoa Joe versus Dolph Ziggler. Like I said, I don't really fancy Ziggler's chances too much, to be honest. Joe is pretty dominant. But you never know. Like I said, the resilience of Ziggler could see him do half well here. Whoa, massive. I don't know if he was going to go for a clothesline there, but just caught Joe right in the face and just took him down with that stiff right hand, basically. Joe's back up now, just twisting the arm of Ziggler. Stepping on the back of the leg now, wrenching that arm once again. Oh, really wrenching that arm, but Ziggler does manage to fight himself free, but it's not long lasting as Joe once again sending Ziggler off the side, catches him into an atomic drop. Nuts on the knees. A big boot in the back there by Joe, bringing Ziggler back up to a kneeling base. Oh, but Ziggler catching Joe right in the gut with that knee, but Joe taking Ziggler down. Joe bringing Ziggler back up to his feet. Now big knee strike in the face. Front chancery into a backbreak on Ziggler. There's the pin. Ziggler's foot very close to that bottom rope, but only enough for a 1 count anyway. Nice forearm there by Joe. Now dropping Ziggler neck first across that top rope. As Joe now reverse dragon sleeper hold. Not quite got a lot of it though, has he? Oh, he's going to take a few knees in the face there by Ziggler though, who does break free. Joe sending Ziggler into the corner. As Ziggler into a gut wrench suplex. And now locking into a headlock, and here comes the show off Dolph Ziggler now. Showcasing his strength and agility by completing that headstand. Now into a snapmare reverse chin lock. Joe grounded. That's what Ziggler wants him. You don't want Joe to get himself a firm base, because if you do, that's when he can hit you with a suplex out of nowhere. The Samoan suplex machine. Ziggler bringing Joe back up to a kneeling base and for the right hand, but Joe fought back for a right hand of his own. Now Ziggler catching Joe into an X Factor. And Ziggler here doing fantastically well. Of course, he's not currently part of our Adrenaline Universe mode, but if he was, he could be with a shout of a little bit of a push maybe, but he is going to be involved in... He's in Throwdown, isn't he, at the moment, Joe? Not Joe, sorry, Ziggler. Ziggler. DDT once again there by Ziggler. Ziggler now backing away into the corner once again, just showing off as such. And that's allowed Joe to get back in control. Joe, there it is, the big kick right to the side of the head. The kick that once knocked Kurt Angle clean out. Joe now taking Ziggler up onto his shoulders into a Death Valley driver. And Joe all of a sudden taking full control of the match. But not taking advantage here as he just stands there staring down the grounded Ziggler. Joe now clothesline Ziggler over the top. And this is not where you want to be if you're Dolph Ziggler outside with Samoa Joe. Joe just brutalizing the grounded Ziggler, brings him back up to his feet. Another boot in the gut before taking him up onto his shoulder and dropping him face first onto the ground. And the blood is streaming. Dolph Ziggler busted open. Look at the blood just running from the forehead. That's when Joe dropped him face first on that matting on the outside. And that matting is not thick whatsoever as Joe now German suplex. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip, changes the grip into a dragon suplex. Keeps the grip, rolls the hip, changes it into a straight jacket German. Boot right in the back of the shoulder blades, and once again Joe with the dragon sleeper hold. I don't think Ziggler's going to tap out, and in fairness, this is just Joe probably taking a few seconds to rest after hitting those 3 big suplexes. Big knee in the gut there by Ziggler on Joe. It's a shame with Joe's injury recently, isn't it? We could have seen a great run for Joe. He could have been involved in the Elimination Chamber, which would have been awesome. And yeah, it would have been really, really good. But unfortunately, because of his injury, he has sort of faltered away a little bit. We don't know how long the injury is going to be for. I did check before, and it's one of those sort of injuries where there's no sort of set recovery time. It's not like a broken leg, for example. You can sort of put a time frame on it. Oh, and then rolling the powerbomb there through into the Boston Crab, and Dolph Ziggler taps out, and Samoa Joe is victorious. Your current Adrenaline champion, of course, over on our Universe mode, showing even more incredible strength here on Saturday night's main event. The time machine was well and truly working this evening. We took these 2 guys back to the 80s. Nice, that was a straight jacket German earlier on. There's the dodgy Dragon Sleeper, which never seems to work on this game. And this, the powerbomb, stacked him up. Only enough for a 2 count before Joe just basically rolled him through into a Boston Crab. There it was, boom. Locked in. And there we go, Samoa Joe victorious. So once again, then this match was suggested by Dub Fan 30. So thank you very much to you. Of course, if anyone else has any other matches you want to suggest, then like I said, drop them down in the comment section down below. We'll put them into the hat, and of course, if yours gets pulled out, you'll get a shout out in the process. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.